Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press. Welcome to our Sungano Yavanhu Ubambano Lomphakathi press conference, which is basically a follow-up of our last communication to the nation via the press. So I hand you over to the convener, Reverend Dr. Kupa Mtata, to give our statement today. Thank you.
Thank you, Comrade Ngarivume. Brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, young people, citizens of Zimbabwe, good day. I address you in a somber moment when we have lost members of the executive of Highlanders Football Club. We pray for comfort and peace among their loved ones. However, we are gathered now here as Sungano Yavanhu Ubumbano Lomphakathi in a moment where our country has been taken back to the UDI period. On 7 July 2026, a small group of people declared their own independence from our constitution. They tore up our rule book and replaced it with their own law, Act number 6. Just like the old UDI, a minority is now trying to rule over the majority. But this time the faces look like ours. This is a constitutional coup. And here is our response. From the very first day, we said no. We chose the path of peace and love. We went to court. Our lawyers filed strong cases at the Constitutional Court. We are challenging this illegal act on many fronts. They did not follow the right process. They violated the president's oath. They attacked our fundamental rights. The cases are filed. The judges will hear us. We trust the law. We trust the judges will do the right thing. The other thing we did was that we spoke to the nation. We held press conferences. We launched the Yellow Card campaign, a national warning to those breaking the rules. Continuing with unfair play leads to a red card. We demand fair play. We are consulting widely, from village heads to church leaders. Thirdly, we have a historic shift towards citizen-led democratic action. Sungano Yavanhu Ubumbano Lomphakathi, the People's Coalition, acknowledges the citizens-led call for a national peaceful stayaway on 31st July in protest against the amendment. The coalition expresses solidarity with the citizen-led decentralized initiative recognizing its call for a referendum on Constitutional Amendment Act number 3 as a legitimate expression of popular sovereignty. It argues that this represents a historic shift in Zimbabwe's political culture, with citizens moving away from dependence on political leaders and instead organizing and mobilizing themselves to exercise their constitutional rights. The coalition further notes that citizens are entitled to exercise their constitutional rights peacefully and in accordance with the law, and that the exercise of those rights should at all times remain peaceful and lawful. However, for the avoidance of doubt, while we support and respect the constitutional right of citizens to express themselves peacefully and lawfully in terms of Section 59 and the Constitution generally, we wish to make it clear that Sungano Yavanhu ubumbano lomphakathi, its leaders and its constituent members, did not organize, convene of the EFZ of Judas Caesar, all Christians, despite organization or denomination, all are called upon from Saturday tomorrow to pray. We will in due course tell them of places to gather and pray for our nation. Apart from this, there are other programs. The 31st for us is the beginning of many other programs that will be done by the people. We see already beautiful organic actions springing up everywhere, in provinces, in districts, in villages, in townships, in cities. The people are organizing. After the 31st, we as the coalition will help coordinate and announce the next steps of this peaceful resistance. Now let me give a warning and a plea. Let me be very clear. No one has the right to speak for Sungano Ubumbano and promote violence. We reject violence completely. Again, no one has the right to speak for Sungano Ubumbano and carry out activities outside the law. We are a movement of peace and law. We warn anyone inside or outside the government who is tempted to engage in unlawful activities or to attack the people. Do not do that. To our police and military, what you? We call on you to remember that oath. Be protectors, not attackers. Do not serve the agenda of a few at the expense of the entire nation. Finally, 31 July is a day of a peaceful and powerful statement by the people. Stay home, be calm, and pray. This is not the end. This is in fact the beginning of the people taking back their country through peace, law, and unity. We will restore the Constitution. We will let the people decide. Forward together, peacefully. God bless you. God bless Zimbabwe. Thank you.
Siyabonga Maita, tinotenda Reverend Tata. I think a statement they do very clear. It is clear that as Sungano Ubumbano, we are endorsing the exercise of the people's sovereignty on the 31st of July. The people are, this is a people-driven action in which the people are exercising their rights under Section 59. And we made it clear that this is the second and most powerful pillar of ensuring that CAB 3, now the Amendment Act, is going to be reversed. So, but at the same time, we are very clear that what we are endorsing as Sungano is a national stay away. A stay away from work, a stay away from school. We make an appeal. Tinoziva kuti vana vazhinji veZimbabwe vakurarama nemabasa emaoko, asi zuva iro rimwe chete remusi wa31st ngatibatanei pamwe chete kubatsira kusunungura process yekutanga kusunungura nyika, ende tichizviita murunyararo, tichizviita doing it peacefully. So yes, we are in endorsement of 31st July as a national peaceful stay away. We of course do not prescribe what others may do, but as part of the program of action that we've announced, this is what we get from our constituency, and this is what we get as citizens saying. Thank you.
Good.
That have been filed in the Constitutional Court. The Constitutional Court on Tuesday at 3 p.m. had a case management meeting in one of the cases, and Deputy Chief Justice Garwe read out the list of the cases that have been filed. They also indicated their intention to consolidate some of them, depending on the grounds. The grounds are that one doesn't have a right to extend a term limit and then benefit from the same. I think the provision of section 328(7) is very clear. Another major argument is, of course, around the process, the defective process. Another argument is around the violation of political rights codified in section 67. That once you take away the right of people to elect a president, you have assaulted section 67, which says every Zimbabwean has a right to choose any leader and to participate in any election. So the thinking of the court at that stage is that they may consolidate these applications. More applications are going to be filed using different grounds, and Professor Maduku, myself and a few others are right at the forefront of this litigation, consistent with the resolutions of Sungano, that we will fight and act on two fronts, the legal front and the section 59 front.
Sure. Can I ask Professor Maduku to add one?
Goal for two will succeed. There is no question of these applications just being applications in the courts. That's what I must emphasize. They will succeed. There is a limit to which the courts, like I've said before, can actually bend the rules. Some people think that they are captured. Like people in ZANU-PF, when you talk to them, they are not even bothering reading any of these matters. They'll just say, but we're in control of the courts. So if anything, they are totally mistaken. So to our public and everyone, they should expect that these processes will succeed. I'm sure from what Tendai said, we might have the first cases being held in September. And I think that's what's going to happen. And then as there are many, they will be put together in themes. Those cases that say that everything was unlawful, the process will start. Then those cases that come in and challenge the content of what was amended, I'm sure you can tell the difference. The procedure, if the procedure was wrong, and some people are calling for the entire throwing away of the Amendment Act, that we have to start. If that fails, then we go into the cases that deal with the content. And then if that fails, we go to cases that deal with the referendum. We will not miss. It's not possible for us to miss. We will certainly succeed in that regard. And as our convener has correctly said, we have prayers. We believe that the judges will do the right thing. They are an arm of state which is separate from the other two arms that have wronged us. So we've rushed to the other arm, which is independent, by the way, and it is guided by the Constitution. I think that's what I can say.
Section 59 allows the citizens of this country the right to protest. We must not create this fear. Ndosaka vanhu vakaenda kuhondo. Reverend vatanga vachitaura kuti what has happened on 7 July is a constitutional coup. It's a UDI that has happened. So the citizens have that right, as long as they exercise it peacefully and as well as in terms of the governing laws. But fundamentally, and remember that this Constitution is the supreme law of the nation. And the Constitution is very clear that people have a right to peaceful, to demonstrate, to think. We have endorsed the Stayaway. And because remember we've said that 31st July is a organic people-driven action that has come from below. Vanhu vavajaira kuti zvinhu zvinongotaurwa nevakuru kubva kumusoro. But iye zvino vanhu vazvironga. So we cannot prescribe to people what they have to do. But as a movement, isu sina maelo kada muri kuona. Zvataurwa mustatement yedu. This is a warning. That is why we're putting this in the national Stayaway. We are having a program beyond it, which will move. Handiti munoziva zvinoitika mubhora. Kana wapoira, wozowana rechipiri, wowana red card woenda. So the red card will come. Kana wakasateerera. That is the purpose yes Stayaway. And we believe kuti that brings in as many of our people as possible, including vamwe vachineka kutya, including vamwe vasati vanyatsoona. So we believe that a national Stayaway unites and brings together as many people as possible. And we will see that we have moved from press conferences, we are now into action, and that the people shall reclaim the sovereignty of this country. Thank you.
Everyone is allowed to dream. and the colleagues in ZANU-PF talking about Cape 4 in 2037 are dreaming. We will reverse the amendment as indicated by the Reverend and colleagues here. And that dream will come to a nightmare.
Good, excellent. Thank you very